final preseason game against the Steelers happened today. Well, who really cared that the Lions lost this game? It's a meaningless game anyway. You wanna know why you shouldn't value preseason games too much? Look at this. Look what happened with the Steelers and TJ Watt. They tried to value. They thought this preseason game meant something, and TJ Watt got injured. So yeah, mainly a few of the Lions starters played for a little bit, all except for Jared Goff. Dan Campbell said, "Hell no, Goff's not playing," because he doesn't want to risk Goff for injury. And I guess we can see why in this game. But yeah, overall, the defense played balls out. You know, they did their job pretty damn well in this game, especially Jeff Okudah. Okudah balled out, and it was confirmed after the game from Dan Campbell in a press conference that in the battle for the starting corner alongside the other side of the field with Monty Warrior, the battle between Okudah and Will Harris, the battle was over. And no doubt, the winner by unanimous decision was Okudah. I mean, was there really any doubt that Okudah was going to get the starting nod over Will Harris? Like, Okudah outperformed his ass by a mile. Maybe 2. Maybe more. But yeah, so yeah, Okudah, he earns the starting job fair and square this time. Maybe he's not so much of a bust after all. But time will tell. But the main question we have for Okudah this year is, can he finally stay healthy for once? Because he's missed a lot of time the last 2 years with injuries. Injuries have cost him a lot of valuable development time for one of the toughest positions to play in the defense and in football in general. But will Okudah be up to the challenge? Tune in to week 1 against the Eagles to find out. We'll see for sure. Like, the only 2 questions really left from this game is, will Malcolm Rodriguez be starting week 1 or not? That one, it really all depends if someone on the Lions linebacking core finally grew a pair of balls to make sure that Rodriguez doesn't start week 1. Because we all heard from Kelvin Shepard on Hard Knocks that Rodriguez will start unless someone in the linebacking core grew a pair. So that one, we'll find out within the off week or so. But yeah, it's a time will tell deal. And of course, the main question is, who's going to be QB2 behind Jared Goff? I'll be honest here, it honestly should be David Blow or somebody else. 100% it should not be Tim fucking Boyle. Boyle is a fucking bum and trash. Like, honestly, this game 100% should be Tim Boyle's last game in a fucking uniform. I feel like he's going to be cut. Like, I do not think you should go into with 3 QBs. If you're going to go with 3 QBs, cut Tim Boyle and just trade for someone for a couple late round picks. Just trade for a backup QB for pennies on the dollar. Oh, maybe a Mason Rudolph. Maybe someone down that line. Maybe look at Case Keenum. Fuck. I mean, at this point, anything would be an upgrade over what the fuck we have right now. Because the one takeaway I've taken from this game is this. If Jared Goff goes down this year, the Lions are so fucked if Goff goes down. A lot of Lions fans want to talk about how bad the linebacking core is. Bitch, do you all know how bad our backup quarterback situation is? Lions have got to have one of the worst backup QB situations in the NFL. It's like, seriously, the Lions are just doing the same thing with the QB thing they did with Stafford for 12 years. Where they've usually lived and died by the Stafford sword. This time, it's now the Lions are going to live and die by the Jared Goff sword. Or maybe whoever the fuck they bring in within the next year or 2 in the draft. If they decide that Goff isn't the answer and he's just a bridge QB. I mean, that's a time will tell type deal. I mean, this year's Goff's put up or shut up year. Because this year, if Goff stays healthy, he has no excuses this time. But yeah, the Lions live and die by Jared Goff this year in the run game. But yeah, at least the Lions rushing offense, that was like the only good thing about the offense in this game. Because this offense was kind of ass. Especially Khalil Pemberton dropping what would have been a touchdown on a 4th down. It's like, goddamn, like, Pemberton's Hamilton's hands were easily made for decoration. I guess we don't have to worry about him catching any viruses because he can't catch anything. Like, geez, man. A few points cost off the board. Now, at least that touchdown drive to get within 10 was okay, but that didn't help him come back. Yeah, at least it built some kind of momentum. Not really. But yeah, still, just a meaningless game, just testing and tuning and getting ready for the regular season. So yeah, this is the good news is this is the last meaningless game we have this season. And now within 2 weeks' time, we will have our first game that truly means something. Week 1 against the Eagles. And yes, there is a Eagles hate week coming on EDP 445. As I will try and update everyone on the EDP 445 situation from last year and what has changed within the last year. And if you want to know, quite a bit has changed. All I know is that fat fuck is now on TikTok, trying to get money there. Yeah, EDP is going to another video site, where a vast majority of the viewers on TikTok are underage people. By God, EDP were nothing from a year and a half ago. Maybe we try calling his ass out again. And keep shaming him for being a pedophile. But yeah, still, not much to say about this game. It was just a mad game. Just not much to say. Just a test and tune-up session before week 1. At least nobody major went down this preseason, so that's a big plus. So everybody's healthy going into week 1. Except Jameson Williams, but we all knew Jameson wasn't going to be starting week 1. Like, it's already been confirmed that Jameson's going to miss at least the first 4 games of the season. I'll be honest here, I feel like Jameson Williams is going to be starting at least, it won't be starting until like mid-season. And yeah, they also announced that the Steelers will be starting Mitch Trubisky week 1 against the Bengals. Don't worry, I honestly felt like Trubisky was going to be starting week 1 anyway. I honestly felt like the Steelers aren't going to start Kenny Pickett till mid-season. And I'm going to be honest here, I feel like this year, just with the QB situation between having a rookie in Pickett and then a bust in Mitch Trubisky, I'm going to make a bold prediction here for the Steelers. I think this is going to be the first time under Mike Tomlin that the Steelers will have a losing season. I think Mike Tomlin's consecutive streak of 15 straight winning seasons to start a coaching career, I think that streak ends this year. Hey, it was an impressive run. 15 straight years with just 15 straight winning seasons to start off a coaching career. That's damn impressive. It breaks a Marty Schottenheimer's record when he had 14 straight between the Chiefs and the Browns. Also breaking Dan Shua's 13-year record when Shua was coaching the Dolphins. 15 straight years, that's fucking crazy. But Tomlin having a losing season, it's bound to happen at some point. All streaks must come to an end eventually. I feel like this is the year it happens. But yeah, just, with this game out of the way, I also have in the title saying that I will be reviewing my playoff predictions for this season. So I think now we're going to end this video off by taking a look at the playoff predictions. And before I start in that, no, I'm not uploading the EDP 445 hate week this week or the Lions preview. Kind of like what I did with the 49ers thing last year. The only reason I did that during the off week was because during that off week, I was heading in for surgery last year, around this time a year ago, for throat surgery. And I wasn't sure what my recovery time was going to be. So I decided to just play it safe and try to get everything out before I went for surgery. But it turned out that I really didn't need to do that because I was allowed to just go right back to recording as soon as I got home from the surgery. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. But yeah, and if anyone's wondering, after 1 year after surgery, I've been doing pretty well. Been pretty healthy. Just taking care of my body well. Just trying to do better. But yeah, just no Lions content this whole week. just going to be a quiet week, but next week I will have the EDP 4 for 5 hate week and then the preview startup. And of course, this for the Lions recaps, it's going to be Detroit sports recaps because I'm also going to include the Tigers, Red Wings, and the Pistons in it. So yeah, you're going to have at least 3 or all 4 Detroit teams being recapped in the week. And usually the recaps will come out on Monday. And yes, I'll highlight every Detroit sports team. Give every team a spotlight. But yeah, anyway, and yes, also I'm also doing NHL and NBA hate disses too. So yeah, just gonna be more of a Swiss Army knife this year. So yeah, 313 Hitman has a partner in crime that can find a way to break teams and sports cities in more ways than one. But anyway, with that out of the way, on to the NFL playoff predictions for this year from me. So, starting off here with the AFC. So, here are all 4 divisions. I got all the teams ranked from first to worst. So, for the East, that one's pretty straightforward. I have the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC East this year. Just New England's taking a... I think New England takes a massive step back this year. The Dolphins, I don't trust Tua turns the ball over to get the job done. And the Jets... It's tough to say. It all depends on how long Zach Wilson misses time, but the Jets, I think, will be the Jets. AFC North, it was a tough choice between Cincinnati and Baltimore, but I'm going to give the edge to Cincinnati over the Ravens. I just think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have played a big factor in turning the Bengals around, and I think this year they take another step forward in their rebuild. As it seems like the window might have slammed open, as the rebuild is a year or so ahead of schedule. But I think Baltimore will rebound nicely, and they'll stay healthy for ones like last year when everybody got injured. The Steelers, I have them all the way in 3rd in the division. Like I mentioned, I think this is going to be the first time under Mike Tomlin that the Steelers will finish with a losing record. It's bound to happen at some point, and all streaks must come to an end eventually at some point. And the Browns, well, the Browns are screwed without Deshaun Watson for 11 games now. Like, the Browns season is already over before it even begins. God help us. Oh, God help them. And oh, yeah, the Browns' first game is against Carolina, and it's Baker Mayfield's first game against his old team. Have fun, Cleveland. AFC West, this was a tough one. This division is going to be one of the top divisions to watch this year. But it was between the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. It was a tough choice, but in the end, I feel like despite losing Tyreek Hill, I still feel like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes will still find a way to win the AFC West. They're not going to be as strong as they've been the last couple years, but they'll still find a way to win the division. Chargers 2nd. I think the Broncos will finish 3rd in the division with Russell Wilson. I feel like the Raiders... we all saw Josh McDaniels' last tenure in Denver was a complete disaster, so tough to trust Josh McDaniels this year if he's going to truly learn anything, or if it's going to be the same old, same old. So, tough to trust Josh McDaniels there. AFC South, this division, well, it's between I have Indianapolis. I think Tennessee takes a massive step back. I feel like Malik Willis is going to be the starter by mid-season. I think Tannehill is going to struggle. They lost A.J. Brown in the offseason. And can King Henry keep his production up? That's going to be the main question. Because we see it with the Titans before. You stop their run game, you stop their entire offense. So yeah, and Jacksonville, I feel like Jacksonville is going to will not finish last this year. And Houston, I think Houston's going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. But yeah, I think Indianapolis will win the division. I think Matt Ryan's going to play a massive difference in getting Indianapolis over the hump this time. And for my wild cards, I have the Chargers, Ravens. And I feel the Titans will still find a way to make it into the playoffs as the 7th and final playoff spot. But those are my AFC playoff predictions. Now to the NFC. The NFC is a bit interesting, but for the NFC, here are the divisions, and I'll go over the teams. So for the NFC West, I have the reigning Super Bowl champs, the LA Rams, winning division again. Like that Rams team, it's literally the same team from last year. They even added on bringing Allen Robinson and Bobby Wagner. That's some good talent to add in. So I think the Rams will be as good, if not better, than what they were last year. The 49ers, well, it's tough to say what Trey Lance is going to do this year. If he's going to play damn well, or if he's going to have his growing pains. So I have him second. The Arizona Cardinals, I think the Cardinals are going to feel the loss of DeAndre Hopkins the first 6, with him out for PEDs in the first 6 games. And we've seen this Cardinals offense struggle without DeAndre Hopkins. We're not sure how much of a difference Marquise Hollywood Brown's going to play, but we'll see. I think the Cardinals are going to struggle. We've all seen before that a lot of Cliff Kingsbury's teams tend to collapse late in the season, which has nearly been every single year. And yet, the Cardinals still gave him a 5-year extension and an act of pure and utter delusion. And the Seahawks, I think Seahawks are going to be one of the worst teams in football this year. I think at the QB, it's going to be a back-and-forth battle between Geno Smith and Drew Lock. It's Seahawk fans, it's going to be a painful rebuild. The NFC South, that one's Tampa Bay by default. I think the Saints will try and make it competitive, but they're just going to be no match for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. So I got Tampa Bay win the South. New Orleans will be easy second. I think with Baker Mayfield, though, the Panthers will be at least a 7-win team, but it's just, I think Matt Rule's been a complete mess in Carolina so far. I don't trust him. I think Matt Rule will be fired by the end of the season. And I have the Falcons finishing last in the NFC in the South. Just, it's tough to really say what happens with them. I do think Desmond Riddler will be starting at some point in the season, because I think Marcus Mariota, he's going to once again, I think he's going to get injured again because he's had issues staying healthy throughout his career. So I got the Falcons finishing last in the South. NFC East, this one's a pretty straightforward one. I have it going to Philadelphia. The Eagles have added so much in the offseason. Nick Sirianni's done a good job with the Eagles. I have the Eagles winning the East. The Cowboys lost quite a bit of talent. They pretty much got rid of Amari Cooper for literally nothing. And Ezekiel Elliott has really stopped down in production. So I think the Cowboys will take a step back this year. Washington, it's tough to say what happens with Washington. That team is going to be a complete mess as long as Dan Snyder still fucking owns that team. And with Carson Wentz is now the starting QB. Like, literally with Washington, everything they touch dies. Draft picks, QBs, head coaches, prospects, everything. And the New York Giants, I have them finishing last in the division because, well, Daniel Jones. I think Brian Daboll will do a solid job with the Giants this year, but I feel like Daniel Jones is the problem with the Giants, and he's going to hold the Giants back. And the NFC North, well, we all know Chicago's finishing last. Chicago's going to be one of the worst teams this year. Like, they have literally followed the recipe to have ruined Justin Fields, because every QB prospect the Bears touch, they kill. The Vikings, well, the Vikings are at least going to be around probably an 8-9, 7-10 team. They're going to be pretty meh. Like, Kirk Cousins isn't the answer for the Vikings. And the Vikings, they're probably a year or two away from blowing it up. Now, I feel like for Green Bay, I think Detroit will actually surprise some people, and I think they actually finish second in the division. Like, I think the Lions are one of the top sleeper teams this year that could surprise some people. And for the division champion, I feel like despite losing Devontae Adams and a bit of talent in the offseason, I still feel like the Aaron Rodgers and the Packers will still find a way to bullshit their way to another division title once again for the 4th year in a row. But I say the Green Bay is the clock is ticking. It's only a matter. The clock is ticking. So yeah, those are my 4 division winners. In my wild cards, I got San Francisco in on wild card. I think New Orleans gets in on a wild card. Because the main reason they missed last year was because they weren't healthy. And they had a lot of key players go down to injury. I think this time they stay healthy, and I think they can make it in this time. And for the 7th wild card, 7th and final spot, this was a tough one to go through, but I'm gonna say Detroit will shock everybody and sneak in. Yes, I'm on that hype train. I'm injecting that Kool-Aid train in my veins. I think the Lions will make the playoffs this year as a wild card team. I can dream, damn it. But yeah, those are my playoff predictions. See you all for week 1. Peace.